Welcome back to God's Blueprint. It has been 13 years of silence since the birth of Ishmael. Abram is now 99 years old. Most people at 99 are looking back at their lives, but God shows up to tell Abram that his biggest chapters are actually still ahead. This is Genesis 17, the chapter of new names and the seal of the covenant. God introduces himself here with a specific name: El Shaddai, God Almighty. He tells Abram, walk before me faithfully and be blameless. God isn't asking for perfection, but for a life lived in his presence. Then comes the physical transformation of the promise. God changes Abram's name. He goes from Abram to Abraham, father of a multitude. Think about the faith required to change your name to father of many when you only have one son who wasn't even the intended heir. Every legal contract needs a signature. In Genesis 15, we saw the smoking fire pot. Now in Genesis 17, God asks for a human signature: circumcision. It's a controversial topic today, but in the blueprint, it was a permanent, physical reminder on the body of every male descendant. It signified that this family was set apart. It was a mark that reminded them in their most private moments that they belonged to a God who keeps his word. It's not just Abraham who gets an upgrade. God changes Sarai's name to Sarah, meaning princess. And then God gets specific. Sarah herself will bear a son. Abraham actually falls on his face and laughs. He's thinking, I'm 100 and she's 90, really? He even tries to suggest that Ishmael should be the heir, but God is firm. No, your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. Fun fact, the name Isaac means he laughs. God has a sense of humor. He turned Abraham's laugh of disbelief into a child of joy. Genesis 17 shows us that God's timing isn't our timing. 13 years of silence didn't mean God had forgotten. It meant he was waiting for the moment when the miracle would be undeniably his. Abraham was as good as dead biologically, which made the coming life even more miraculous. Thank you for joining us for this study on God's blueprint. If you're encouraged to know that God can still work in the silent years of your life, hit that subscribe button. Next time, we're looking at 3 mysterious visitors who show up at Abraham's tent. We'll see you in the next chapter as the story of faith continues to unfold. Before we go, here is today's question. In this chapter, God changed Abraham's name to reflect his future, not his current reality. If God were to give you a new name based on the person he is calling you to become, what do you think that name would be?